It's the end of 2018, and this time of year is always a great time for reflection on accomplishments for the year. I know many of us that are thinking about, okay, New Year's resolutions. That's great. I'm a big fan of New Year's resolutions, or at least goals. Goals I always find are much more obtainable than resolutions. And one of the things that happened for me this year is I got involved with two mentors. They're two guys. They're both in their early 80s. One's my uncle, and another one's a family friend. And I feel just so lucky to have them in my life. And then I also became a mentor to another music studio owner, and that really, when I became a mentor, it really put things in balance for me. And I really encourage you to at least have one mentor and become a mentor for someone. And I want to talk about the value that I've obtained from these relationships. So, in terms of the two gentlemen that mentor me, what's so great about it is they always seem to have the answer to my problems. I go to them with my problems, and with each of my challenges and problems in my music studio, there's some sort of emotional attachment that I have to it. There's something that I'm afraid of or stressed about. And quite often, these guys, they hear the problem, they go, well, this is what you got to do. And I always know that they're right. And actually, the answer that they give me, I already know the answer, but sometimes I just need to be validated or hear somebody else share their opinion on it. I mean, look, we all turn to friends when we're having a problem. And it's not that our friends are more qualified to solve our problems than us. They just have perspective. And having mentors, especially guys that are older and wiser than you, is great. I mean, look, I've been running my music studio for 15 years. That's, a relatively long time. But my two mentors, these guys in their 80s, I mean, they have been in business so much, or they were in business for so much longer than me. And yeah, my uncle was in the music business. My family friend was not, but business is business. And I think the same applies to the person that you're going to mentor. They don't have to be a music studio owner. It can be in any business. We all have different products, different services, but what makes businesses special, what makes them unique, is the same in terms of the process of discovering your business's unique qualities. So, how do you find a mentor, right? That can be a challenge in of itself. I think just starting to tell people that you're looking for a mentor. Start networking in your community. Talk to people at your church, or people at your synagogue, or other parents in your school. When people say, "Oh, well, what do you do for a living?" I'll tell them, yeah, I own a music studio, and you kind of get talking with them and just say, hey, if you know anyone, I'm really looking for someone to be my mentor. Perhaps someone older with some experience that would be willing to meet with me. Just get out there, get the word out there. You don't have to pay money to this person. Especially if they're retired, they'll be glad to help out. But what I like to do is find a charitable cause that they support and make a donation on their behalf. Maybe do it on a monthly basis. But those mentors are key because as a business owner, you don't have a boss. You really don't. You're on your own, and that mentor becomes your boss. They're the person who holds you close to the fire. They're the one that will call you out on things. Your employees won't. They'll call you out on things behind your back when they're talking to their coworkers, but your mentor's job isn't there to praise you. They're there to school you, and they're there to guide you. And when they do praise you, it means so much because you know that you're really doing something right. And then on the flip side, becoming a mentor is huge because it forces you to think about what you do in your business in a different way. I mean, think about teaching music. The thing that I love about teaching music is it forces me to think about something that I do that's so automatic. When I play music, I don't think about it. I just do it. And then as I'm teaching somebody, I realize, well, I have to it forces me to have a deeper understanding of music so I can articulate to this person what they need to do. And by having someone that you mentor, it really forces you to look at your business in a new light. And what I find is, yeah, it's great helping, this younger guy that I mentor, but I often find myself saying things to him that I realize, yeah, I'm right. He should do this, but I don't even do this. And, I don't tell him that. I don't tell him that I'm not doing it. Sometimes I do. I'll say, look, I think this would be great for you, and I need to do this too. But it's a huge, I feel like I almost learn more from the guy that I'm mentoring. And I could see how someone could say, oh, but I'm not that experienced. I don't know that much about business. It doesn't matter. If you're, further down the road than somebody else, you've got some wisdom that person doesn't have. I would kind of treat it the same way. I would start asking around and saying, hey, I'm looking for someone to mentor, somebody who's getting ready to start a business or is new in a business. Put it up there on Facebook. But having that person to mentor, that's such a special relationship. And I find myself, the guy that I mentor, we connect over the phone every 2 weeks. And all throughout those 2 weeks, before the next phone call, I'm thinking about it. I've got questions that I want to ask him. But all I'm doing is those questions that I'm coming up with are questions that I am applying to my own studio and to my own business. So get a mentor, be a mentor. If you can, get two mentors. Because what's nice about two mentors is that they'll contradict each other. One of my mentors is much more conservative, and then the other one's much more of a risk taker. And I love it when they contradict each other in terms of their advice to me. It really makes me realize that, okay, I need to really get in touch with myself and my own feelings. This guy is saying, don't do it. And this guy is saying, do it. Which path is really feels more authentic to who I am? The problem with one mentor is, if you have one mentor, you're going to really look up to this person. You're really going to respect them. And they're going to say to you, oh, yeah, you should fire that person today. And you're inclined to go, okay, you're the wise sage. I'm going to fire them. But what if your other mentor says, well, this person might be on the road. You might be on the road to having to fire this employee. But why don't you try this first? Now you've got some perspective. So it's really nice having those two perspectives for me. So get a mentor, get two mentors, be a mentor. It will really, really have a substantial impact on how you run, how you think about your business, and how you grow your business.